I want to first of all commend my colleague, Deputy Charles Ward, for putting together this motion. It speaks volumes that every single member of the opposition accepted the invitation to co-sign the motion, because it reflects the reality on the ground in our counties, and my colleagues will speak from other counties soon. I can tell you with absolute authority from Donegal that this motion reflects the lived reality of our people, and the motion from the government is a motion and a government that is tone deaf, absolutely tone deaf to the reality in our communities. It is utterly offensive. The first phrase that you see early on in the government's counter motion is, "This is not a redress or a compensation scheme." Who do you think you're fooling? Micheál Martin, the Taoiseach, boasted that this would be the biggest redress scheme in the history of the state. That's his language. The biggest redress scheme in the history of the state. 3 billion plus, he said. In your counter motion, you boasted it's the biggest in the world now, apparently. But that's not true on the ground. That's not true on the ground. The scheme, as we know from the Attorney General, the previous Attorney General, Paul Gallagher, we know from the leaked letters that this was always intended to exclude as many people as possible, to keep out as many people as possible. That was always the plan. And that's what's happening. What you're seeing is that families who can pull together tens of thousands are forced to do that. They are rebuilding their homes. But I can tell you that tens of thousands is a good outcome. I met a family on site recently. Their home, their beautiful home, had to be demolished, and they were traumatised on site. And they told me that they don't get any money whatsoever for the foundations that have to be replaced. The demolition isn't properly reflected in the price. And they added up what they're going to be short. This is not a huge house at all. And they're short just shy of €200,000. Just shy of €200,000. They had a mortgage left of 6 years. They were paying about, I think, $900 a month. So 6 years left. They now have a 21-year mortgage because the banks aren't helping. A 21-year mortgage, and their mortgage is doubled to $1,800. They're going to be well past pension age when they're finished paying. So that's 100% redress. And as colleagues have said here, this is not about dividing urban from rural, because all the victims of the failure, and it was the failure of Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael, where you had self-regulation, light touch regulation, no regulation of the construction industry and the manufacturing industry, none whatsoever, an absolute disaster. We are left with this situation. So this is a redress scheme. You've got to be honest about that. The next offence then is you say that you provide 100% of eligible expenditure. You know, the language of that is just so dishonest. It's just so dishonest. You designed a scheme which left people to the mercy of the market, where builders can name their own price, and the sums aren't adding up. We have nothing resembling 100% redress. And what we're saying here in the opposition today, and I want to echo the call of colleagues, every single victim should be treated the same. Whether you live in Dublin, Leinster, the west of Ireland, if you're in the apartments, the defective apartments, every single person, every single family who was failed by what happened in this state, by governments who abandoned them, who left no regulation, should be given the same 100% redress. It cannot be more simple. So we are uniting the people of this country in urban and rural communities, victims united in getting the same 100% redress. And I'm going to tell you something now. You have countered the motion from Charles Ward here today that we've co-signed. But we are not going to go away. We are not going to go away. You may think because 20,000 people out on the streets of Dublin, this is all over now. It's not over. There are thousands of council houses in my home county, and there are thousands and thousands of private homes. The example has been given of the semi-detached. Imagine taking down half a semi-detached block. No solution for apartments. You have abandoned huge numbers of people, and they're not going to go away, and we're going to keep fighting until we get justice, the same justice for every single victim across this state.